Claire sat alone in her small Brooklyn apartment, the glow of her laptop screen the only light in the room. Outside, the city buzzed with life, but inside, her world felt muted and heavy. She'd just received an email invitation. Her college best friend was hosting a lavish gallery opening in Manhattan, and she wasn't just invited as a guest. She was expected to be there as the ex-girlfriend. Her heart twisted painfully. Back then, she had dreamed of a future with Alex, a future filled with late-night conversations about art and life, shared coffees and promises. But Alex had moved on quickly, with someone Claire barely recognized. Worse still, her old friend Emily, the same friend who once promised to stand by her side, was now the one who stood beside Alex in the photos. Claire's pride whispered she should decline the invitation, avoid the humiliation. But her loneliness and the ache of what could have been pushed her toward a reckless idea. She typed into the search bar, "Hire a date for a social event." Scrolling through glossy profiles, one stood out. James, a warm smile, relaxed confidence, and surprisingly affordable. $800 for the night. A steep price, but less than she'd spent on Heartbreak. The night of the gallery opening, Claire's nerves twisted her stomach into knots as she waited in the lobby of the sleek venue. When James arrived, he didn't look like the hired companion she expected. He was tall, casually handsome, with eyes that seemed to understand before she spoke. They crafted a story, how they met on a subway, their shared love of jazz, the little quirks that made them smile. But as the evening unfolded, James's genuine kindness and attention made Claire forget she was playing a role. He challenged her gently, asking, "Why do you need to prove you're okay to people who moved on without you?" The question struck deeper than she anticipated. As they mingled among the crowd, heads turned. Claire noticed the surprise in Alex's eyes when he saw James beside her, the poised, easy charm that made whispers ripple through the room. James didn't just blend in, he shone. When a gallery patron asked if James was an art critic or investor, Claire braced herself for a lie. Instead, James smiled and said, "Neither. I'm here because sometimes people just need someone who believes in them." Outside later, under the soft glow of city lights, Claire finally asked, "Why help someone you don't even know?" James's voice was quiet but certain. "Because I've been there, invisible, broken, pretending to be someone else. And sometimes kindness is the first step toward finding yourself again." Claire's defenses softened. In that moment, she realized this night wasn't about showing off or proving something to others. It was about reclaiming her own story. Months later, Claire walked confidently into her own art studio, walls lined with her paintings, bold, vibrant, unapologetically hers. James never asked for thanks, never sought credit. He just reminded her that sometimes the most unexpected strangers help us find the strength inside ourselves. She smiled as she prepared for her first solo show, knowing this was no longer about the past, but about the endless possibilities ahead.